Okay guys, so we're going to be discussing the different types of targeting and where we're going to be displaying our ads at. Now I already explained how targeting is different than Facebook and all that good stuff in the last video, so I'm not going to talk about that here. We're just going to talk about the specific types of targeting and how they work, because it's very important to understand how they work, because if you don't understand how they work, you're going to jump into the wrong targetings, you're going to use them the wrong way, and it's just not going to make any sense, okay? Because they're very, very different than Facebook targetings. For example, if you're going and bidding on Instagram and then you're bidding on Facebook, the targeting and who's being shown and the people that are seeing it and the audiences are all the exact same, okay? And of course, this is more audience-based. This would be like your audiences on Facebook, not so much the placements on where they're going, but they all display, these audiences all display in a very different way. If you select, like, I don't know, Russell Brunson on Facebook, it's going to show to these people, and it's going to show the same way across all the different places. If we select Russell Brunson as an intent audience, we select Russell Brunson as a placement, we select Russell Brunson as a affinity audience, it's all going to be wildly different. And so we need to understand that these audiences are wildly different based on the settings and what we put in. Okay? So don't look at this ever like Facebook. That's what I'm trying to say here. So our first type of targeting is going to be placements. And when we're starting off, these are really going to be our bread and butter because it's getting straight to the source. It's the most precise type of targeting you can use. And all placements really are is if I go type in Shopify, I can go and place ads literally on these videos right here. So if I'm selling Shopify courses, it's probably a pretty good place to go. If I'm selling a weight loss, these videos right here are probably where we're going to go. If I'm selling makeup, these videos are probably where I want to go. Just a general over-under. Now, when you're first starting off, actually getting into a niche where you can do really easy placements is one of the best hacks I can suggest. Because these things are going to have the best ROIs usually for you. They're very, very, very easy to run ads on. It's the most targeted market. And so if you can find placements and niches where the placements are huge, like this video right here has 1 million views, not every niche has that. However, these videos right here, if you can find niches out there like weight loss and I guess makeup right here, an example, or anything around beauty or anything around art, I don't know. I'm not in these niches, but if you can find niches out there that have millions of views and are not based around make money online. So for example, like make money online videos, usually the person in the video is already selling something. They're not just making gee whiz information videos. So like, for example, you won't be able to run ads on all their channels. Like, you can't really run ads, I believe. And like, for example, Dan Lok gets a lot of views. You can't run ads on his channel. You can't place it on his videos. I could be wrong there, but I mean that you just get the over-under on what's going on. So what we're going to want to do is we want to actually start by placing ads just on these videos. Now, I'm going to get into the actual scaling and what to do first, what to do second in later videos. I just want to talk about how placements work. So how this works inside of Google is when we're creating our ad, we went through our first ad creation in the last video. So I'm just going to go and create a new ad right here. Let's go add a campaign. I'm just going to add a new campaign, and let's just set up a basic lead campaign right here. And this is what we're going to use as kind of our template when we're setting stuff up. So we're going to set up a video campaign, and our audiences are going to be controlled down here. So as you can see right here, there's a placement. All right, there's a placement option. So we're going to click that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use YouTube videos. Don't ever use YouTube channels. It's just weird. It doesn't start up consistently. It's just not consistent. YouTube videos are the best place for you to start at. So what we use is a software called TubeSift. Justin, actually the owner of this software, is in the group. So if you want a link to it, I'm sure he'll sell you to it. Or you can just Google TubeSift. Just be careful because there's many inappropriate websites that have a very similar name. Justin, you should think about that. I'm just kidding. But here's what we want to do. You want to go in here and you want to type in your keyword. You're going to go to video search. You're going to type in, let's say, Shopify. Now, what I would actually suggest doing right here is go to advanced settings and make sure the language is set to English. You're going to get a lot of searches in here. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is set max results to 100. okay, give or take. Now we can do 200, we can do 300, but what we're gonna do when we're doing our first placements is usually use a list of 100 videos. That's gonna get us a yes or no on whether the audience works or not. We can go add to it if the audience works. So when we go and set this up, we're gonna go and set all these things up right here, and then we're gonna go and hit search. Now I'm only gonna load up 20 videos right now, because it takes a while sometimes to get to 100. So what you want to do is you want to go look at this list that you have. And you're going to just skim the list to make sure it looks good first off. Just make sure it looks good. All right, make sure you're pulling out the correct stuff. So for example, sometimes if I just put in the word money, I'll get like Grand Theft Auto videos and stuff like that. Make sure you're getting relevant videos. You're going to come over here and you're going to get links. You're going to grab this list of links. You're going to go back over to your new placement, or when you're setting up your ads, and we're going to go and place this right here. Okay, so this is going to give you a list. And so hit and do the add 20 placements. Then what you want to do is scroll through here and make sure, just read the titles to make sure everything's relevant. So for example, in some niches, if I put in like how to invest, sometimes I'll get videos on how to invest in Grand Theft Auto or how to invest in Pokemon cards. Not really relevant to what we're doing. So we're going to X those ones out and remove any ones that look goofy. This is how we're going to go and set up placements. And so then these placements are going to go on these specific videos. And so when a person views these videos, our ads are going to have the chance to run, especially if we've set them to the settings we discussed in the previous video. Okay, so this is how placements are going to work. This is how we set up the targeting. This is how it all gets done. Okay, so this is all there is to placements. These are going to be really where we start at most of the time, because you can see the targeting is very easy. And we're placing it in the most relevant place first. Okay, so that's how we scale. And we're going to get into, again, the scaling strategies and how to think about it in the next section. We're just going over each of these different targetings so that you understand how it works. Okay, so this is how placements work.